Memories of the past began to attack me. Do you remember the 2016 adaptation of Lu Tong's diary novel of the same name? Yesterday Once More. In the blink of an eye, 10 years have passed since this drama. When we were young, we were always afraid that time would pass too slowly. But later we realized that the best times were long over. Those hazy loves hidden in youth have become regrets that look at each other from afar. This film does not exaggerate the pain, but it uses the background of youth to poke the past of countless people who are confused between ideals and reality. At that time, Bai Jingting, who had just emerged with the TV series Back in Time, played the unruly and rebellious scumbag Gao Xiang into the hearts of countless people. Without further ado, today we will review this youth movie, Yesterday Once More. This girl's name is Lin Tianjiao, which means the proud son of heaven. The story begins with Lin Tianjiao's vision. The walls of her house are covered with all kinds of certificates and trophies. She is what parents call other people's children. She has always strictly followed her mother's teachings that if you want to be noble in front of others, you have to suffer after others. She devoted herself to her studies, and in order to sprint to the goal of the Department of Finance of Tsinghua University, she even took the initiative to give up her heart-love astronomy. At school, as the class president, she was indifferent to things other than study. She will directly refuse the confession of the school grass, and she only cares about the other party's grade ranking when it comes to the love partner mentioned by her friends. She fits the traditional stereotype of a good student. The camera moved to the back of the classroom, and the teacher informed the students about the selection of the 3 best students in the province, which is crucial in the 3rd year of high school. There is only one place in the school. Whoever wins the title will be able to add 20 points in the college entrance examination, which is a must-win opportunity for Lin Tianjiao, who wants to rely on extra points to stabilize Tsinghua University. The boy who slept in class was called Gao Xiang. He is a recognized scumbag in the class, not only at the bottom of his grades. He often plays cards out of common sense and pays no attention to academic tasks such as exam assignments. This kind of performance that is completely contrary to the standards of a good student makes Lin Tianjiao unable to understand the meaning of his visit to school. Gao Xiang planned to go home before finishing the exercises. Lin Tianjiao felt that he didn't take his studies seriously and that coming to school was worthless. And Gao Xiang didn't take it seriously at all, did not respond to Lin Tianjiao, and turned out directly from the classroom window without saying a word. His movements were neat and neat. He didn't pay attention to school rules and classroom discipline at all. Gao Xiang's behavior of ignoring learning tasks and blatantly violating school rules, in her opinion, it is absurd and outrageous. In order to ensure that she could get this bonus point, Lin Tianjiao chose to cheat due to lack of confidence. But this was her first time cheating, and she was extremely nervous throughout the process. The note copying the answer accidentally fell when answering. Just fell between her and Gao Xiang, a scumbag in the class. The inspecting teacher immediately found the note, just when Lin Tianjiao panicked. When he thought that his image as a top student and his hopes of going to higher education were going to be completely shattered, Gao Xiang did not tell the truth. Silently took the charge of cheating for her. He was directly blasted out of the classroom by the teacher, and his test results in this subject were cancelled. The life trajectories of the two, which originally had no intersection, began to intertwine from this moment. In Lin Tianjiao's cognition, Gao Xiang is an unruly bad student, but she thanked him anyway. She felt from the bottom of her heart that there was no favor to deal with this kind of person, and money transactions were the most direct and trouble-free way. She was also afraid that Gao Xiang would blackmail herself with cheating in the future, ruining her reputation as a top student and the qualification of the 3 best students. She didn't want to get too involved with him, so she took out 50 yuan and wanted to use money to completely end the matter. Let them return to a state of no intersection with each other. She stopped Gao Xiang again, and in the face of this unruly big boy, she handed over the money directly. But Gao Xiang didn't seem to be very satisfied. He didn't accept the 50 yuan at all. He didn't take the blame for Lin Tianjiao for the sake of benefits. Not only that, he also took advantage of the situation to ridicule Lin Tianjiao and asked her to help him copy his homework in the future. Lin Tianjiao immediately got angry and said, "Ask your mother to help you copy." He actually shouted, "Mom." This ridicule is a little naughty, and it also breaks Lin Tianjiao's idea of drawing a clear line with money. But she knew in her heart that her handle was still in Gao Xiang's hands, and she didn't dare to offend him completely. After that, she had no choice but to compromise. Gao Xiang would throw his homework book to him every day, and although Lin Tianjiao was reluctant, he could only bite the bullet and help with his homework. Gao Xiang threw his homework book to Lin Tianjiao, with a bit of carelessness as a matter of course, and Lin Tianjiao's reluctance was all written on his face and hidden in the action. Those reluctances hide her pride and helplessness as a good student. Pride made him disdain to entangle with Gao Xiang, but helplessness forced him to compromise. And this pull also made the original parallel trajectories of the two have traces of entanglement little by little. Lin Tianjiao felt that Gao Xiang was the kind of person who slept in class and did not learn anything. He is the type of person who gives up on himself prematurely at a young age. Gao Xiang counterattacked, which was better than those who were unscrupulous at a young age. On this day, her her best friend Lu Tiantian pulled Oh Xiaoyang to find Lin Tianjiao and introduced her to her very seriously. Oh Xiaoyang has been her boyfriend from now on. But Lin Tianjiao, who was full of academic performance, saw Oh Xiaoyang's first reaction was not to be happy for her girlfriend, but she only cared about his grades and exam rankings. In Lin Tianjiao's eyes, grades are an important criterion for measuring a person. She didn't like Oh Xiaoyang, who looked a little cute and obviously not a top student. She felt that such a person had no future, and she couldn't understand why her best friend would be with such a person. Lin Tianjiao returned home and sat at the desk, and she reluctantly took out Gao Xiang's crumpled homework book. I was about to help copy, but I saw a portrait of myself taking 50 yuan on it. The more she looked, the more angry she became. He suddenly threw his homework book on the table, holding back a burst of energy in his heart, and insisted on playing a good trick on Gao Xiang once to let out this bad breath. In math class, she encountered a math problem that almost no one in the class could solve, so she deliberately wrote down the correct answer when helping Gao Xiang write his homework. Full of heart waiting for the teacher to call Gao Xiang in class. She thought that when the teacher asked a question, Gao Xiang would show his stuff because he couldn't answer, but she didn't expect the math teacher to praise Gao Xiang's homework in public. Gao Xiang also directly admitted that Lin Tianjiao helped him write the homework, and joked that this was because Lin Tianjiao liked. The teacher looked at his expression and was speechless for a while. Hearing him say this, the teacher didn't believe it at all. Why should Lin Tianjiao help him write his homework? His answer made the teacher even more speechless. This moment made Lin Tianjiao the laughingstock of the whole class, making her angry and embarrassed. This contest, because of the portrait, not only did it not alienate the relationship between the two, but it made their pull more frequent. She really couldn't swallow this breath, and as soon as she inquired and found out that Gao Xiang was in the school swimming pool, she immediately looked for him. At that time, Gao Xiang was staying by the pool, resting after swimming, with refreshing water vapor all over his body. Lin Tianjiao walked up to Gao Xiang, his face flushed with anger, and before he could react, he kicked him into the pool. She watched Gao Xiang emerge from the water in embarrassment, and she couldn't help but ask him, why frame her? But Gao Xiang didn't panic at all. Not only was he not angry, but he also deliberately teased her. He even found a speaker and shouted in front of his classmates that he liked Lin Tianjiao. It's not that Lin Tianjiao likes him, it's that he likes Lin Tianjiao. This completely ignited Lin Tianjiao's anger, and she stepped forward and pushed Gao Xiang, who had just climbed ashore, back into the pool. This scene was uproar. Originally, everyone just ridiculed the relationship between the two, but after such a fuss, the whole school spread the scandal that the top student in the grade and the naughty scumbag liked each other. The two were inexplicably made into a couple. Lin Tianjiao can feel the eyes of all directions wherever he goes. She wanted to find a crack in the ground and get in. Even his younger brother Lin Zio knew. Just when Lin Zio teased his sister for falling in love, his best friend Lu Tiantian hurriedly ran over. Lin Zio was attracted by the beautiful Lu Tiantian. He kept introducing himself to her. He also said that he was the captain of the basketball team, the football captain, and the table tennis team captain of the junior high school class. Lu Tiantian ignored it, pulled Lin Tianjiao, and walked away. Lu Tiantian also heard about her when she came this time. She took the initiative to help her figure it out. At first, she asked Lin Tianjiao to let go of his arrogant personality, learn to treat Gao Xiang gently, and let him go. But Lin Tianjiao has always been well-behaved. How can he stand this anger? She wanted to clear up her relationship with Gao Xiang. She came up with a clumsy way, that is, to use the pseudonym Xiaohua, and send Gao Xiang anonymously love letters and bring breakfast. At the beginning, Lin Tianjiao first gave a small card with ambiguous words. After that, she switched to 1,000 paper cranes with words like, celebrate our 365th day together. Finally, the students thought that Gao Xiang's girlfriend was from the junior high school. Step by step, she created the illusion that Xiaohua was Gao Xiang's girlfriend. And she also deliberately let gifts form a topic in the class, so that her classmates could discover the words on the 1,000 paper cranes. When Li Tao read the content aloud in the class, he successfully attracted the attention of the whole class. Everyone's attention gradually shifted from the scandal between Lin Tianjiao and Gao Xiang to Gao Xiang, the mysterious girlfriend Xiaohua. She thought that this would make her classmates think that Gao Xiang's girlfriend was Xiaohua, so she diverted her attention and quelled the rumors about them. But Gao Xiang had already seen through this lame disguise, but he didn't break. After he noticed something was wrong, he deliberately said in front of Lin Tianjiao his girlfriend would bring him breakfast. Lin Tianjiao subconsciously took care of it, and specially prepared a love breakfast the next day, but when he arrived at school, he panicked and hid the breakfast behind him. This scene happened to be seen by Gao Xiang. Gao Xiang was already suspicious, but now he completely confirmed that the little flower who gave the gift was Lin Tianjiao. Lin Tianjiao was powerless to defend herself, and her plan was on the verge of failure, which made her more and more anxious. Lin Tianjiao and Lu Tiantian vomited bitterly after they met, and Lu Tiantian, who had a straightforward personality, complained that Gao Xiang was a toad. Seeing that this plan was useless, Lu Tiantian proposed to ask her boyfriend Oh Xiaoyang for help, and even impulsively said that if it really didn't work, she would beat Gao Xiang to solve the trouble caused by the scandal. The process of discussing countermeasures between the two happened to be overheard by Lin Tianjiao's younger brother Lin Zio. Lin Zio has always had a crush on Lu Tiantian. He wanted to express himself in front of the goddess, so he took the initiative to asking to clean up Gao Xiang. He found a few children and wanted to tease Gao Xiang with a balloon filled with water. He asked everyone to drink water vigorously and collect urine and put it into a balloon. Lu Tiantian had mentioned to Ou Xiaoyang before that Lin Tianjiao was entangled by Gao Xiang. Ou Xiaoyang also remembered. It happened that he met Gao Xiang on this day, so he took the initiative to grab Gao Xiang and persuade him. He wanted Gao Xiang to stop entangled Lin Tianjiao and resolve the conflict between the two sides. But Gao Xiang didn't care about this persuasion. He just smiled and turned around and walked forward, and Ou Xiaoyang had to follow closely behind to continue persuasion. The scene where Ou Xiaoyang chased Gao Xiang and persuaded happened to be seen by Lin Zio, who was holding a telescope to sentry down. Lin Zio immediately asked everyone to prepare to pull down the rope of the balloon. A few children were too nervous, rushed up to grab the rope, and not only did he not aim at Gao Xiang in the chaos, but accidentally tore the balloon. The urine in that belly was all spilled on Lin Zio's own body, and this scene happened to be bumped into by Gao Xiang and Ou Xiaoyang, who rushed over. Lin Zio was ashamed and annoyed, so he could only run home in embarrassment. After that, he also lied to his sister. He lied that Gao Xiang was using urine to nourish himself. Damn Gao Xiang. What? Lin Tianjiao was full of anger after hearing the lies of his younger brother Lin Zio, and immediately found Gao Xiang's house according to the address, bent on reprimanding Gao Xiang in person and seeking justice for his brother. But as soon as she entered the door, she didn't see Gao Xiang, but saw Gao Xiang's grandfather at a loss in front of the burst water pipe. The splashing water made a mess in the yard, and the old man was anxious. Seeing this, Lin Tianjiao instantly forgot the purpose of coming to ask for an explanation, subconsciously took off his coat, and rushed over to block the water pipe outlet with his coat. But she didn't know how to repair the water pipe at all, and not long after it was blocked, the water gushed out again, poured her all over her body. Just when she was embarrassed, Gao Xiang happened to go home with a gas canister on his back. When he saw this scene, he immediately rushed forward, blocked Lin Tianjiao, and took her hand to hide to safety, prevent her from being washed away by the current. His grandfather asked him to fix it quickly and not to drench the female classmates. After that, the two cleaned up the mess together, and Lin Tianjiao also took this opportunity to see Gao Xiang's unknown side. She found that Gao Xiang cleaned up the house very neatly, and he also skillfully cooked meals for his grandfather, not at all like the rebellious scumbag in the school. She also saw many small inventions such as airplane models that he made with his own hands in Gao Xiang's room. She couldn't help but complain. No wonder he doesn't have good grades, and his time is spent on these. But in her heart, she has quietly envied Gao Xiang's courage to dare to chase what she loves. When Gao Xiang finished repairing the water pipes, he didn't have a hairdryer at home. He could only use a fan to help Lin Tianjiao dry his clothes. The two did not mention Lin Zio's complaint in the process. Their previous contradictions and misunderstandings quietly dissipated in the panic and tacit understanding of jointly dealing with water pipe leakage. Gao Xiang cared about her to drink more hot water, and the two said goodbye to each other calmly. The next day, Lin Tianjiao overheard his classmates gossiping about himself and Gao Xiang behind his back, and the scene was very embarrassing. Gao Xiang happened to see this scene, and in order not to embarrass Lin Tianjiao, he took the initiative to tell the truth to these gossiping classmates. He said that he actually had a girlfriend, which successfully diverted the attention of his classmates. He specifically told them that his water pipe was repaired by his girlfriend. Tiantian thought it was the result of her boyfriend Ou Xiaoyang's persuasion. This time, it was a real clarification of the scandal between the two and alleviated Lin Tianjiao's troubles. This matter has come to an end. Lu Tiantian pulled her out to relax. The two went to a department store. Originally, the two wanted to read a book, but by chance they went to the counter selling underwear. The adolescent Lin Tianjiao was very young and shy about this, and she seemed a little restrained and couldn't let go. She quietly asked her friend how big her cup was. Just when Lin Tianjiao was still awkward about choosing underwear, out of the corner of her eye, she suddenly caught a glimpse of a familiar figure. She looked up and saw that it was Gao Xiang. Lin Tianjiao's face instantly turned red, and he was at a loss for embarrassment, wishing he could find a place to hide immediately. Gao Xiang was also a little surprised to see them, but soon regained his composure. He just greeted them casually and then stayed quietly in the store. In class, the teacher asked the students what they wanted to do in the future. Most of the answers of the classmates follow worldly expectations. Some want to be doctors, some want to be lawyers. Those are all stable and decent occupations in the mouth of their parents. The classroom atmosphere is dull, like an airtight net. No one dares to say anything out of place. Lin Tianjiao wants to take the finance major of Tsinghua University. When teacher Hao asked Li Meiyan what she wanted to do in the future, Li Meiyan replied that she wanted to be an actress. However, teacher Hao was full of ridicule at this answer. Not only did he complain that she had grown like that and wanted to be an actress, but he also accused her of not pretending to study in her head and being stinky all day long. He bluntly said that her idea was wishful thinking. Gao Xiang couldn't stand it anymore. He stood up and firmly said that he wanted to fly. These words were not only scoffed by Mr. Hao, but he even angrily threw his aircraft model into the trash. There were also classmates around him who took his words as jokes, but Gao Xiang did not give up his dream because of these denials. After school, Lin Tianjiao quietly picked up the broken model of the plane from the trash can. She found Gao Xiang in the carport and returned the model to him. She was a little shy and awkward, and did not express her concern directly, but warned Gao Xiang to fight for some breath in a reprimanding tone. She asked him to be reliable in the future, which seemed to be criticism, but in fact she hid her recognition and concern for Gao Xiang's dream. At the school-wide meeting afterwards, the teachers are commending excellence and emphasizing serious aspects such as school rules. Just when the atmosphere was dull, Gao Xiang appeared on the roof of the teaching building with a paraglider made by himself on his back. Under the astonished gaze of the teachers and students of the school, he jumped out of the guardrail without hesitation. The paraglider unfolded in the air, and at that moment he broke free from the shackles of campus rules, and his face was full of a cheerful smile that broke free from worldly prejudice. Lin Zio also saw it and happily introduced it to his classmates that it was his brother-in-law. Although Gao Xiang accidentally fell into a tree in the end, everyone saw his lonely courage in chasing his dreams. This scene deeply touched Lin Tianjiao present. Now, in order to meet her mother's expectations, she suppressed her love for astronomy and was forced to take the Tsinghua finance department as her goal. Gao Xiang's courage to break through the world's vision and practice her dreams made her heart begin to waver. After Gao Xiang completed the flight with a paraglider, he was recuperating at home due to injuries and was also punished by the school. Lin Tianjiao thought about him in his heart. Not only did she come to Gao Xiang's house with her homework, but she also brought a bottle of safflower oil to heal him. When Lin Tianjiao came to the door, Gao Xiang's family happened to be having a party, and his group of friends from the car repair shop were all there. Friends could see at a glance that the atmosphere between Lin Tianjiao and Gao Xiang was unusual, so they winked at each other very discerningly, and they took Gao Xiang's grandfather out to play, quietly leaving room for the two to be alone. The two were no longer disturbed and went into the house to get along alone. I happened to hear a music program playing on the radio. She was very surprised. She didn't expect that Gao Xiang also liked this show, and she herself used to love listening to it. But later the radio was confiscated by her mother, so she had to give up this hobby. She misses the days when she listened to music, when she was so happy. Their unexpected common hobby broke the slight embarrassment of being alone, and the atmosphere became particularly ambiguous. Gao Xiang kept this matter in mind. Lin Tianjiao is also leaving. She asked Gao Xiang not to send her away, and gave him what the teacher had explained. The next day, Gao Xiang was injured, and after he limped back into the classroom, he didn't exchange too many pleasantries, and when he passed by Lin Tianjiao's seat, he handed her the tape. This gift does not have a gorgeous packaging, but it particularly hits Lin Tianjiao. This is not only a tape that can make up for the regret of listening to the show, but also a proof that Gao Xiang cares about her and remembers her thoughts. She was particularly excited. After receiving the tape, Lin Tianjiao's goodwill and recognition of Gao Xiang deepened. She took the initiative to hand over her top student notes to Gao Xiang, urging him to study hard and discussing his interests and ambitions with him. And Gao Xiang did not live up to this heart, changed his previous loose state, and began to study seriously. The two slowly change in the influence of each other. They are also getting closer. Notes became a new interactive bond between the two. They no longer only talk about their favorite radio shows, but also often communicate around the knowledge points in their notes, and their time together has increased significantly. Wang Tao himself has always had a crush on the scholar Lin Tianjiao. He saw Lin Tianjiao and Gao Xiang getting closer and closer, and his heart was full of jealousy. He then held a grudge. While Gao Xiang was washing his hands, he secretly put his Casio watch into Gao Xiang's pocket. He then deliberately shouted that his watch was missing. Then he coaxed his companions, insisted that there was no one else at the scene, implying that Gao Xiang stole the watch. He also surrounded Gao Xiang to forcibly search him. Gao Xiang didn't want to pay attention to them, and when he wanted to leave, several people rushed up and even fought. Wang Tao just wanted Gao Xiang to make a fool of himself in front of everyone, and even hoped that Lin Tianjiao would look down on Gao Xiang and alienate Gao Xiang because of this. Gao Xiang was besieged by everyone at first, until Lin Tianjiao stepped forward in time to stop it, so that everyone should not go too far. Wang Tao felt that Lin Tianjiao was mixed with Gao Xiang all day long. During this period, he also deliberately exposed Gao Xiang's pain points and publicly ridiculed Gao Xiang's father as a labor prisoner. He insulted Gao Xiang, who had a father and a son. After Gao Xiang found the watch in his pocket, although he was full of grievances, he was most concerned about Lin Tianjiao's opinion. Lin Tianjiao did not believe Huang Tao's provocation. She looked at his lonely and embarrassed back, full of worry, and knew how aggrieved Gao Xiang was at the moment. So she put aside the disturbances around her without hesitation, turned around and chased after Gao Xiang in the direction he left, giving Gao Xiang great comfort with silent trust. This frame-up not only did not sow discord between the two, but made Lin Tianjiao see Huang Tao's narrow-mindedness more clearly. Gao Xiang noticed that Lin Tianjiao was following him and did not refuse, but took her to a mountain where he could see the starry sky and the lights of thousands of homes. This is his secret base. In a quiet atmosphere, Gao Xiang finally let down his guard. He told Lin Tianjiao all his family affairs. When he was 7 years old, his father was imprisoned for helping others make false accounts, and his mother died early, and his grandfather grew up with him for so many years. The pain he hid in his heart never talked about to others, but he confided it to Lin Tianjiao unreservedly. He spent his childhood in the discrimination of his children, and he once hated his father. After listening to Gao Xiang's past, Lin Tianjiao did not discriminate in the slightest. Instead, she comforted him gently. And Gao Xiang also encouraged Lin Tianjiao not to be bound by his parents' expectations all the time. He told her not to put all the pressure on herself and to be brave enough to do what she really liked. Their heart-to-heart talk made the two completely enter each other's hearts. They encourage each other to do what they love. Gao Xiang's results improved rapidly with the help of Lin Tianjiao, and even surpassed Lin Tianjiao's physical test scores and became the first place. Wang Tao did not face up to the efforts behind Gao Xiang and Lin Tianjiao's help, but was unwilling to admit this result from the bottom of his heart. However, Wang Tao's conspiracy did not succeed, and Lin Tianjiao always chose to trust Gao Xiang. This frame-up made their relationship stronger. In a heavy rain, Gao Xiang found Lin Tianjiao with 2 tickets to the astronomical exhibition. The two were hiding from the rain under the same roof. He took out a ticket from his pocket and handed it to Lin Tianjiao, and took the initiative to invite her to go to the exhibition together on the weekend. It was an exhibition that was particularly difficult to get tickets for. They met to go. Lin Tianjiao's hobby of astronomy has always been hidden in his heart, and even the people close to him may not take it to heart. But Gao Xiang remembers her words firmly. He specially prepared this surprise for her. This concern made Lin Tianjiao particularly touched. After he finished delivering the ticket, Gao Xiang rushed into the rain first, and turned around to stretch out his hand to Lin Tianjiao, signaling her to come with him. Lin Tianjiao, who has always followed the rules, also put aside the restraint of the top student at this moment and ran into the rain with Gao Xiang. The two chased and frolicked in the rain. The rain seemed to wash away the estrangement between them and the pressure of the outside world, leaving only this pure and beautiful time together. People can't do whatever they want. And you, do you still have the courage to try? On this day, a group of leaders walked into the classroom to inspect, and they originally wanted to feel the good school spirit, but they temporarily asked random questions to the students. When asked if the school has makeup classes, extended evening self-study, and whether there are music classes and physical education classes, the head teacher and other students all followed the caliber of the advanced drill. He was about to tell a lie perfunctory, but Gao Xiang stood up directly, interrupted the false tacit understanding. He bluntly said that there are makeup classes and extended evening self-study every day. They all lied just now. The leader continued to ask. He also said that music and physical education classes have been replaced with mathematics and Chinese. Seeing this, his head teacher hurriedly rounded up the scene, saying that Gao Xiang was a junior and had a problem with his thinking. He tried to cover up the truth. After the leader left, the school was completely enraged by Gao Xiang's truth. His teacher reprimanded him for having no sense of collective honor and deliberately causing chaos in the school. Gao Xiang felt that if students had to tell lies at school, they would only lie more after entering society. For the school, Gao Xiang is a problem student who repeatedly violates school rules. This time, he blatantly destroyed the school's image project. Lin Tianjiao saw that Gao Xiang was in danger of being expelled from school. She was extremely anxious. She found Gao Xiang and persuaded him to go and submit to teach her how. She felt that Gao Xiang's grades had just improved significantly with her help. He couldn't completely ruin his studies because of this incident, and bluntly felt that Gao Xiang was fooling around and didn't know how to cherish his future. But Gao Xiang refuted him. He just told the truth, and there was no need to do anything against his will to cater to the school and teachers. He asked Lin Tianjiao, "Do you still go to the planetarium together on weekends?" Unfortunately, Lin Tianjiao's mother was extremely strict with her and resolutely opposed her spending her time on astronomy-related matters. Her mother also forcibly asked her to cut off contact with Gao Xiang. If she dared to hang out with that gangster again, her mother would not let her go. Gao Xiang waited for Lin Tianjiao at the door of the astronomical exhibition for a long time, but never waited for her. During the school exam, Lin Tianjiao did not see Gao Xiang, and after some searching, she finally found him at the car repair shop. She first apologized to Gao Xiang for not going to the planetarium because she had something to do at home that day. Gao Xiang said he didn't go that day. At this time, she felt that the job of repairing cars was not promising, and bluntly said that even if she opened a chain car repair shop, she was just a car repairer. These words instantly angered Gao Xiang's friends. The friend immediately retorted to her and asked what was wrong with opening a car repair shop. Lin Tianjiao also tried to defend himself that he was talking about life planning, but the contempt between her words deeply stung Gao Xiang's self-esteem. She also earnestly persuaded Gao Xiang to return to school and admit his mistake and resume school, But Gao Xiang had already been completely disappointed with the school's rules and constraints. He resolutely refused to go back. The two argued endlessly, and Gao Xiang was disappointed that Lin Tianjiao could never understand himself. The two eventually broke up unhappily. He no longer wanted to be bound by the eyes of the school and others, so he decided to take his grandfather to see the outside world. Lin Tianjiao, who returned home, was irritable because of an argument with Gao Xiang. She accidentally cut her hand while sharpening a pencil. She went to her parents' room to find a band-aid for emergencies. She accidentally turned over her parents' divorce certificate. She only knew after understanding. Her parents divorced as early as 1 year ago, but in order not to affect her and her brother's studies, they have been pretending to be harmonious and maintaining the illusion of a complete family. And this day happened to be my brother's birthday. Lin Tianjiao was full of sadness, but he could only forcibly endure it, not wanting the news to ruin his brother's birthday. On the other side, Huang Tao stopped Gao Xiang, who was about to leave, and sent him a certificate of withdrawal. He looked down on Gao Xiang from the bottom of his heart, felt that Gao Xiang's withdrawal was to blame, and wanted to take the opportunity to warn Gao Xiang. He asked him to stay away from Lin Tianjiao. In his opinion, only a person with excellent grades like himself is worthy of standing with Lin Tianjiao. Gao Xiang was very calm in the face of Huang Tao's hostile attitude. Gao Xiang in turn asked him if he really understood Lin Tianjiao, and reminded him that everyone took a different path, and no one cared about his opinion. This sentence hit Huang Tao's point. He was stunned on the spot. Huang Tao has always only focused on his achievements, but he has never really cared about whether Lin Tianjiao is happy in his heart. His grandfather, as the closest person to Gao Xiang, saw his grievances and struggles in his eyes. He did not accuse Gao Xiang of being ignorant like others, but took the initiative to see through Gao Xiang's desire to leave the city. He did not stop this seemingly impulsive decision, and expressed his support bluntly. Before leaving, Gao Xiang went to the prison to visit his father. This meeting was only across the prison wall. He said goodbye with a relaxed gone. This simple farewell seems bland, but it has relieved him of his long-standing psychological burden. He will no longer dwell on his father's faults, and will face his new life positively. Lu Tiantian and O Xiaoyan's puppy love was not deliberately concealed, and during this period, there were some intimate actions that seemed inappropriate to the school. These actions were discovered by the teacher, and the school immediately decided to deal with the matter publicly. They want to warn other students about this. The teacher called him in public in the class, asked Lu Tiantian to stand up, and mercilessly reprimanded him and O Xiaoyan. The teacher scolded her for being shameless, accusing her of not having puppy love at school, and as long as he saw the two of them say a word again, he would let them drop out of school. Lin Tianjiao looked at the sad Lu Tiantian and stepped forward to comfort her. She advised her that now is not a good time to fall in love, and that if you study hard, there will always be a chance after graduation. And it was her comfort that made Lu Tiantian open the chatterbox. He told Lin Tianjiao what he had hidden in his heart for a long time. Lu Tiantian mentioned that in the previous class meeting, the teacher asked everyone to talk about their dreams, but she didn't dare to say it at the time because she was afraid that she would be laughed at by everyone if she said it. She admitted that she did not have the ambitious ideals of Lin Tianjiao's Tsinghua examination. Her dream is to be a housewife and live a good life. At the same time, she also emphasized seriously. She feels that being a good wife and mother is not a lower level than taking the university entrance examination. In the campus environment at that time, everyone's goal was to get into a good university and find a good job, and such an ideal was particularly special. And her words also made Lin Tianjiao rethink the definition of ideal. After returning home, her mother found the Music Paradise tape that Gao Xiang gave to Lin Tianjiao. She immediately tore up the tape in front of her. Lin Tianjiao, who was already broken down by his parents' divorce, broke down. I couldn't help but suppress my emotions anymore, and this incident completely exploded. Not only did she contradict her mother, bluntly saying that she didn't want to study finance, she only wanted to study astronomy, but also exposed the truth about her parents' false marriage. She doesn't want a hypocritical life, and she doesn't want a hypocritical marriage in the future. These words completely angered her mother, who slapped Lin Tianjiao in excitement. After being beaten, Lin Tianjiao ran to the park sadly. Her brother quickly chased after her. Lin Tianjiao asked his brother sadly if his parents were really separated, who would he be willing to be with? Unexpectedly, her brother had long known about her parents' divorce, but he had been hiding it from her. He was afraid that his sister would be sad because of this. The younger brother's sensibility and silent protection became a trace of comfort in Lin Tianjiao's chaotic mood at that time. This also made her feel the warmth in the family in addition to hypocritical appearances. The next day, when the siblings were worried about their father moving out, the campus was full of people. Lin Tianjiao found that Lu Tiantian had shaved her hair for love, and her eyes were not cowardly at all, but full of determination. As someone who has always followed the school rules and tried to play the perfect good student, Lin Tianjiao never thought that anyone would use such an extreme way to fight the school's rules. The couple's bald head style is particularly eye-catching on campus. Lin Tianjiao saw that Lu Tiantian was now calmly showing off his bald head, and instantly understood that this bald head was the two people's adherence to love. This scene shook Lin Tianjiao. She began to reflect on her life, bound by rules. As their mother-daughter relationship dropped to a freezing point, Lin Tianjiao's father saw it in his eyes and heard in his heart. He knew that his wife's strength was out of expectations for his daughter, and he also understood that his daughter's rebellion was an outbreak after a long period of repression. So after Lin Tianjiao's mood calmed down, her father took the initiative to talk to her. He confessed to Lin Tianjiao. The reason for his divorce from his mother was not the breakdown of the relationship, but the misunderstanding and pressure in the long-term relationship that made the two tired. In order not to affect her and her brother's studies, they chose to hide the truth. And my mother also had her own dreams when she was young. She was forced to give up due to reality, so she pinned all her hopes on her daughter. She hopes that Lin Tianjiao can be admitted to the Department of Finance of Tsinghua University and have a stable and decent life. After the heart-to-heart talk, Lin Tianjiao took the initiative to go home, and her mother has already been silently reflecting. Her mother did not mention the request of Tsinghua University's Department of Finance, but quietly prepared a beautiful skirt for Lin Tianjiao, who was about to participate in the provincial Three Good Student Commendation Conference. When Lin Tianjiao saw the skirt, he instantly understood his mother's intentions. She walked to her mother's side, and without too many words, a hug resolved all the barriers. Lin Tianjiao came to the classroom as usual to prepare for class, and the moment he looked up, he was shocked by the scene in front of him. The originally ordinary and monotonous classroom ceiling is now covered with colorful stars, as if the vast universe has been moved into a small classroom. The students were also amazed by the amazement of this starry sky, and only Lin Tianjiao immediately guessed that it was Gao Xiang's doing. She thought of all the things Gao Xiang had done for herself, from carrying the black pot of cheating for him, to wanting to accompany him to watch the astronomical exhibition, to the exclusive starry sky at this moment. She couldn't help but cry anymore. Huang Tao saw Gao Xiang drawing the starry sky all over the classroom for Lin Tianjiao behind. He was completely aware that he had lost. He finally let go of his obsession with the two. So in the background of the commendation meeting the next day, he informed Lin Tianjiao of Gao Xiang's imminent departure. It was the train that afternoon. He sincerely assisted them. This sudden news made Lin Tianjiao instantly panic. Although she was deeply moved by the starry sky in the classroom before, she didn't know that Gao Xiang had made the decision to leave. This panic broke her original plan to receive the award step by step, and also completely shattered her insistence on living a routine life. After taking the stage, she did not deliver an acceptance speech according to the preset, but plucked up the courage to confess the truth about her cheating in the exam in order to obtain the 3 best student places in the province, and bluntly said that she did not deserve this honor. She is not the 3 good students in everyone's eyes. She used to think that she could be free if she succeeded, but then someone told her that she had to really face herself to be free. After she said this, she resolutely rushed off the stage despite the uproar at the scene, bent on rushing to see Gao Xiang for the last time. When the school's teachers and security guards saw this, they immediately reacted. They all stepped forward to stop her. But at this time, the students in the audience were moved by Lin Tianjiao's bravery. Many students took the initiative to get up and gathered between her and the teacher's security guard. They formed a small wall of people, buying her time to leave in this way. Taking advantage of the chaos, Lin Tianjiao broke free from the blockage. She hurriedly rushed out of the venue. Teacher Hao also shouted for her to pay attention to safety. It was raining heavily outside, and Lin Tianjiao rushed all the way to the train station despite the bad weather. But she was still a step late. When she arrived at the platform, the train Gao Xiang was riding on had already started slowly, and she could only run in the direction of the train on the platform while shouting Gao Xiang's name loudly. But the roar of the train drowned out her voice, and Gao Xiang couldn't hear it at all. The two eventually missed it. When she was lonely, her younger brother Lin Zio and her best friend Lu Tiantian also rushed to the station. Subsequently, Gao Xiang's friends passed by on motorcycles, and Lin Tianjiao hurriedly stepped forward to ask them for help. A group of people rushed to the TV station in the rain. She wanted to say goodbye to Gao Xiang through the radio station that both of them liked to listen to. In the end, the program team was moved by their story and agreed to help her. At this time, Gao Xiang on the train happened to be listening to the Music Paradise column. Lin Tianjiao not only poured out his love for astronomy, but also seriously expressed his gratitude to Gao Xiang. She thanked him for the starry sky in the classroom he painted for herself, and thanked him for giving him the courage to break free from the shackles of being a good student and face his inner desire in a rebellious and enthusiastic way. Thank you for everything. In the end, she also sang a song that both of them liked, which made up for the regret of parting. When I first heard Lin Tianjiao's voice, he was a little surprised, and as Lin Tianjiao's words advanced little by little, his originally calm expression gradually replaced by a passive expression. Those feelings that they had not been able to express were responded to in the transmission of radio waves. which gave this hasty parting more comfort. It turned out that Gao Xiang did not drop out of school on his own initiative. Previously, Lin Tianjiao missed the astronomical exhibition. Gao Xiang waited until the museum closed and did not see her. He didn't want Lin Tianjiao to miss his favorite astronomical exhibition. He decided to sneak into the planetarium and take pictures of the exhibits with his camera, wanting to show Lin Tianjiao these pictures. While he was concentrating on photographing the exhibits, he was discovered by the security guards of the planetarium. The security guard did not take into account the goodwill behind his actions, caught him directly, and then sent him to school. Before that, Gao Xiang was not a good student in the eyes of the teacher, and the school finally made the decision to expel him. After being expelled, Gao Xiang faced Lin Tianjiao. He also deliberately concealed it lightly, falsely claiming that he did not go to the astronomical exhibition at that time. He didn't want Lin Tianjiao to feel guilty about his expulsion. In the end, before leaving, Gao Xiang used the materials taken by sneaking into the planetarium to draw the starry sky on the ceiling of the classroom with his friends overnight. Give it to Lin Tianjiao. He not only guarded Lin Tianjiao's dream, but also left an irreplaceable mark on her heart, drawing a comma that was regretful but warm enough for this youth story. Many years later, Lin Tianjiao has always been deeply involved in the field of astronomy and has not given up halfway. And she later took the initiative to apply for an expedition project to Africa, and Gao Xiang happened to be adventuring in Africa at this time. This arrangement not only makes the reunion of the two full of possibilities, it also reflects from the side that Lin Tianjiao has fully grown into a person who can control his life independently. And Lu Tiantian and O Xiaoyang, a couple who once shaved their heads for love, they also gained their own stable life. At this time, Lin Zio, 10 years later, his stage name is Lin Gingxi. At this time, he was already a singer who attracted attention. Someone asked him, "What was the inspiration for my sister's song?" He replied that it was his first love. It's an older sister. Lin Tianjiao's mother was no longer harsh, followed her ex-husband's opinions and choices, and believed that the two would be able to remarry soon. And the guys at the car repair shop have now changed to selling Mercedes-Benz cars. End of the movie. Gao Xiang's situation was not clearly explained. Lin Tianjiao realized his dream, but lost Gao Xiang forever. This perfection with shortcomings is the truest appearance of youth. Growing up is never the best of both worlds, but learning to make trade-offs in pain and finding yourself in confusion.